mean, my biggest concern is the tokenomics. They don't have a limited supply, and they tax you when you sell.
It has to be Team 2.
I'm sorry, that is going to be the biggest rug pull.
Team 2.
No, it's going to be a rug pull, and a lot of people are going to get very hurt. This is actually very
not know that.
But even worse, beyond maybe that being rug pull, it's like Team 3 just fits the ethos of the space and the passion like so well.
What does that even mean, ethos of the space?
They're true to the space. They really use the elements, the digital assets, the decentralization. It's really
You just described Team 2.
Team 2 are going to be another one of all those rug pulls that we've seen during the bear market, and this is really dangerous. I really think you need to consider what's going to happen.
I've been in this space since 2013. I've seen a lot more projects than both of you guys. I know what I'm talking about. It's Team 2.
2013.
Team 2.
And you still don't realize that this project is entirely centralized. You have to understand, this is people's money, their finances that's on the line here.
Okay, judges, you have had a whole week to decide, and now it is time to pick the team that you want to see compete on the show. Now, we've given you whiteboards, so I'm going to ask you to write down the team number that you have decided on. Or you could draw me a picture, yeah? Lighten the mood. George, are you ready?
I am.
Who have you selected?
Well, it's no surprise. Team 2.
And you wrote, they are wrong.
Yes.
They as in
Yes.
your co-judges.
Yes.
Okay, friends forever. Leia, how are you feeling?
Bad choice. Bad choice. Team 3.
Team 3, with 2 underlines.
Yeah.
You feel really strongly about them?
100%. It's the only one that makes sense.
Wow. Okay. We've got 2 and a 3.
As the Web3 gaming guy here, I have no choice.
Yeah.
Step aside, human.
Okay. Wow, the Terminators arrived. Well, tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everybody. So we are WAGMI Games. We are a sci-fi mobile gaming franchise. There he is.
Now that I'm seeing this guy up close, I'm glad I voted for him. Wouldn't want to encounter him in the parking lot.
Wasn't there someone amongst you who did not?
That being said, would you mind if I unmasked?
Please, no, yeah, we'd love to see the man behind the mask.
All right.
Probably can breathe better now.
Oh, yes. Hello, everyone.
Our goal and strategy is to allow the masses to know WAGMI as we're all going to make it against the aliens as far as WAGMI defense.
Hi, I'm Kevin Harrington, and I'm one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and I'm excited to be here on the show. Now, I want to take a moment to congratulate the 4 contestants who've made it onto the show. You've all made it through a rigorous selection process, and I know that it takes a lot of courage to put yourself and your project out there. Now, it's time to put your skills to the test, though, because this competition is going to be intense. But it's also going to be a lot of fun. So I just want to say that I can't wait to see what you've got, and I'm looking forward to learning more about your projects, but I'm also excited to see how you're going to handle the challenges that come your way during the show.
Walls padded up, no windows. Squid Game hype, no quiz show. Watch the world move like Panic at the Disco. But I'm not worried, I just focus on my crypto. Never buy high, we just wait till it dips low. Oh, you buying Bitcoin? Damn, you a bit slow. Better use the jizz. My advice for the kids, bro, is a new coin and the shit's called SquidGrow. SquidGrow, yeah, you know what it is, bro. I just bought a couple big bags, that's some big smoke. If you never heard of it, wow, this your intro.
Welcome back to the next Crypto Gem. This week, we're going to break down the world of crypto for what some of you may call the no-coiners.
A no-coiner is somebody that doesn't own any cryptocurrency. They're a 9-to-5er. They don't realize the entire system is a scam and it's designed to keep you poor. They're stuck inside the matrix, forever a slave to the system, and they're still trading time for dollars. How's my hair?
We believe in order to be truly successful and to be crowned the next crypto gem, you need to be able to entice the average person. The contestant that can accomplish that will not only be an educator, but they will be able to open the doors to those who don't necessarily understand blockchain. Before you can sell them on you need to be able to sell them on the merits of crypto. We've invited a group of no-coiners to listen to your 2-minute presentations on the world of Web3. Remember, these people are not familiar with the crypto space, so it is up to you to keep it engaging enough for them to learn something. At the end, they will vote on their favorite team, and their scores will be combined with the judges' picks to determine a winner. Now let's go meet our no-coiners.
Blockchain is a series of pages, like in a book, and there's a chain of them.
We handle it. We could see everything, how our money works. We see all the movement and the blocks and the chains.
If you want to toss your money aside or set it on fire, go with crypto, because the guy down in the Bahamas that just got arrested after 29 years and took over $4 billion, I want to be that dude, because he talked all those people into crypto.
I thought that I was coming for a job interview, to be honest. I thought I was going to be interviewing for the new creative director on set.
What's that?
Hi, teams. Right now, please select a member from your team to come up and choose a box that will contain both your Web3 term and the order in which you will be presenting.
Hello, everybody.
You're good.
Do I think I'm a good public speaker? No, I don't think good accurately describes that. I think I'm best to great to greatest. I am going to be your commissioner of non-boring TV. Can you guys repeat that to me, please?
I'm going to be your commissioner of non-boring TV.
Thank you so much. So I am here because my job is to make sure that you are all not boring. What is the difference between one person and more than one person? Nothing. You just keep talking and they keep listening. Who wants to be the next crypto Jeff? You want it, Jeff? Less boring. Who wants to be the next crypto Jeff? Let's go. That's the energy we want. We're making non-boring content here. I want it all because I don't want you guys to go back home to wherever you're from and sit in a podunk dive and just talk to, Jerry, who's the plumber there for 40 years in the town, and go, oh man, I was the last crypto gem and I didn't make it, man. They were really hectic and they were abusive and it was a tough racket. No, you're gonna say, hey brother, look at me at Soho House, or look at me at the super high top, club bar that I own. I'm the man. I won the show. Some of the greats that come to mind in all-time history, Julius Caesar's Tom Hanks. He's fantastic, Jesus, but he only had 12 people listening to him, so I don't think he was that good. Aristotle, I think his name is Aristotle. Castro. Castro was pretty good and commanding. I'd say so. Them four and me should be mentioned in the same sentence. That just lost steam. What are you guys not going to do? It's gonna be boring. We're here to make a show. Questions? Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Don't be boring.
So the term I have to describe is explain Bitcoin and how it's different than regular money. And I am team number 2.
All right. Define Web 3 and explain how it aspires to do better than Web 2.0. Team 3. Let's go.
Great pick.
Where to Web 2?
Hey, listen. Go pick a good one with those shoes on.
Oh, yeah.
Boots. Let's go.
Let's see.
Well, looks like we're saving the best for last. Ian, explain what an NFT is and how NFTs enable true digital ownership. We could not have gotten a better term to explain.
Let's go.
All right, last to pick, but looks like first to go. Excited about that. Explain blockchain technology and how it is set to transform the world.
Welcome, everybody. Today we are going to have our presentations on cryptocurrency. Now, oh, yes. I love it. Now, I'm one of you. I don't know much about cryptocurrency, so it is our job to watch, to learn, and to judge, really, on who gives us the best presentation. Are you ready? Are you excited? All right, let's do it. Let me just get our first team in here. Team 1, you're up.
All right, jump the gun a little bit. Okay, I'm going to be talking about blockchain technology and how it's going to change the world. So I have a very poorly drawn pictures here to help me with it, but if you get nothing from the next 2 minutes, I want you to remember these 2 words, digital ownership. It's going to help you in this and all the following presentations. Can you repeat digital ownership? Digital ownership. All right, one more time, digital ownership. Okay, so blockchain technology is how we get there.
Blockchain is a place where everything just stays. You can't remove any data, you can't change things, it's just there and everyone can see it.
So let's say I have a bushel of corn and I want to sell it to somebody else. I'm going to have to go to that centralized body and say, hey, I want to sell this piece of corn. Now you have to say they own it. Write it down in your ledger.
You have to trust, to some extent, with your data, your information, a central entity. A good example, the bank.
We've recorded things with banks and other ways of exchange of value and ownership. Blockchain technology is a way to move to the digital realm, right? So when you look at a block, we're going to think of that like a page in a book or a ledger. Each block has information. So what is a block? It's a page in a ledger or a book or a database, right? A chain is going to be a chain of blocks, all put together, kind of like the complete book that is going to have the source of all truth as it relates to what we are owning. So blockchain technology, as we remove that middleman, it becomes permissionless, it becomes trustless, and the individual gets direct access to own their asset.
I like DeFi kingdoms. I thought they came out. Yeah, they had the toughest challenge because they were the first to try to explain blockchain. Everyone else explained it, but the audience kind of got educated, as each project came out. So I think they had the toughest challenge.
But he made a strategic choice. I don't know if it's a good choice. He decided to talk about how it works rather than what it does. In my mind, when you do that, you've lost the audience.
Tell the contestants, wow, they're going to really have to up their sales pitch. I don't know what billionaires or millionaires are going to invest in it once they've seen it now. They've seen what's happened. It's a total Bernie Madoff.
Okay, well, I'm presenting what is Bitcoin and what is traditional cash, okay? And this picture may look like it's been drawn by a 3-year-old, but it was drawn by me, a 41-year-old CEO. And by the end of 2 minutes, I hope you'll actually understand a little bit of what I'm trying to show. So, we've got blockchain. I decided to create 21 million digital coin on this blockchain, okay? It's not my computer, I can't delete it, it's out there. Everyone can see the 21 million Bitcoins out there. There's no less, there's no more. If you move one, you can see it. Everything there is on the blockchain. So let's go to our picture here and see how that differs from the regular cash system. Okay, so this is Mr. Smith and Mrs. Smith. So here we can see that if Mr. Smith gives 1 Bitcoin to Mrs. Smith, it happens instantly. I just send it to you and you've got it. So I just transferred it faster than any banking system could do. Even in milliseconds, in fact. Well, not milliseconds, seconds. Now here you can see that there are some eyes with someone smiling. What that means is when Mr. Smith sends a Bitcoin to Mrs. Smith, it means everyone can see it happening. If I give you $1, the only people that can see that happening is you and I. No one else can see that happening. Now, if I go away and give someone a Bitcoin, you can look on the blockchain to see that I've done that. So everyone can see all the movements around of the Bitcoins. And here, this lightning bolt, if we did that one with speed, this is a padlock, okay? So this is non-safe, this is safe.
I think Vulcan Forge is a must. He spoke directly about Bitcoin.
I think he did a good job explaining Bitcoin only after he did the Q&A session,
right?
Because he ran out of time.
It's not a long time, is it? 2 minutes.
Like you said, there were those questions about right, and there was those questions about insurance and what does it mean to leave your money in the bank versus being sovereign over your assets. We spoke about security. So I think Vulcan and Forged, we should all agree on.
Yeah, I think they're going to do well. I think it might be, this might be our future. So I think it's just going to grow and grow.
Welcome, Team 3.
How you doing?
You have 2 minutes for your presentation, and your time starts now.
Excellent. Well, first off, I'm Patty Stash.
I'm Phil Russell.
And I'm going to explain the difference between what Web 2 and Web 3 is. It's a real easy concept to understand. When you think of Web 2, you think of a centralized system. Centralized versus decentralized system. Now, a centralized system, you would imagine, in the middle, there's a centralized entity. Now,
and another way to understand this, guys, instead of centralized, think of it as a trust-based system. We trust, well, we have to trust the banks, right? And what happens is you have situations arise where, like, if we've all watched the news lately, the bank has stopped withdrawals, things like that. It doesn't leave for the best situation. The remedy for that is what's called a trustless system.
And that's where we get into what's called Web 3. Web 3. Now, here is an example of a Web 3 system. You have the individuals that have the power.
Suka is not in the top 2.
No, it can't be.
I don't think so. I mean, they should have gone into the history of Web 1, Web 2, Web 3, and given more context of what they were explaining.
They just didn't talk about the internet. I mean, if you're going to talk about Web 2 and Web 3, why don't you mention the web?
I believe Web 1 was books. Interesting. The library was the first web.
It's dirty through and through. And yeah, I will never buy crypto. And I think crypto will be the debacle of our country as we know it now if it did take over.
So we eliminate Suka?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's great.
Okay, it is time for our final team of the day. I'm just going to call them right now. Let's bring in WAGME Games.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Just want to let you guys know, welcome. You have 2 minutes to present.
Perfect.
And your time starts now.
Perfect. My name is Ian.
And I'm Scott Herman.
And we're here to talk about NFTs. Now, question for you guys. Who here has a phone? Great. Have you ever downloaded anything on the phone? Great. Maybe like an app, a gaming app, and maybe purchase something on it? Great. Well, that purchase, essentially, especially in a game, is called a digital collectible. But the problem in today's world is you don't have any access to it. Once you buy it, it's 100% for entertainment, and you can't do anything with it. Basically, what you're doing is you're throwing money away. And that is poop. Now, with NFTs, it's a little bit different. You actually will have an opportunity to own your digital assets. Now, for example, Scott, what happens in a game that might have NFTs in it?
So guys, pretend this is your phone. These are your games, these are your apps on your phone. And this is your phone with NFT games. All that's happening is now you can take your digital collectibles from this phone, from your game, and you can maybe trade them with your friend and give them to them. Or you can go to a secondary market. Now, in the secondary market, you can sell these digital collectibles for money. And that money goes back to you. Or you can put them on the secondary market and then tell your friends to go there. Or if you're a subscriber or a YouTuber, you can have them go to the digital marketplace as well, and they can see what's available and they can buy those. So you can actually set up a secondary marketplace as a content creator as well, and an income from your hard work that you're putting into your games.
Essentially, in the future, very soon in the future, you'll be able to experience an eBay, which you can buy, trade, and sell NFTs in a game.
I like WAGME Games the most, but I think that was just draw of the luck because obviously they're into gaming NFTs and they drew that question. So I think that helped them tremendously. So I rate them number 1.
So I really disagree with you on WAGME Games. I didn't appreciate the fact that they basically just was selling their own project. That just wasn't what the task was. The task was explain what an NFT is. They didn't even explain that it stands for non-fungible token.
NFT is just a technology. We don't have to worry about that acronym.
I thought they simplified it well. But what I discount on WAGME is that is their topic. They are NFT games, and they got...
Speak about NFTs, they spoke about themselves. They just didn't do the task. It's very simple. You might like the project, which is great, and we can talk about that another time, but they just didn't complete the task.
The only thing is, I wonder, because I literally heard the audience go, oh, So something they said.
I mean, it was interesting. Everything everyone said was interesting, but you know, I could say anything that's interesting doesn't mean it's relevant to what we're talking about.
Oh, hey! How y'all doing? Good, good. We have fun. Did we have fun? We learn about cryptocurrency. So, I have these beautiful little gems because, you know, this is the next crypto gem. And these are our teams. These are our buckets. And these are the pictures of the teams on the buckets. So, I'm going to go around to all 9 of you and pass out a gem. You are then going to come up, select the team that you thought did the best, and drop a gem for them. Everybody gets 1 gem. Everybody gets 1 vote. So make it count.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome. You seem nervous.
We're here making it happen.
Okay. I could have DeFi Kingdoms and Vulcan Forged. I have good news and bad news. The good news is you were our judges' favorite teams today. The bad news is you were our audience's least favorite. So if you don't mind, please leave the stage. Okay, judges. Our 2 remaining teams were our audience's picks of the day. How do you feel about this?
What I would have expected the audience to pick. Just because of, you know, I think the order ultimately mattered as well, like I was talking about before. It was hard to put our minds in the eyes of the no-coiners, but it's an interesting choice that they made for sure.
I think the audience got it wrong. This wasn't my judgment. For me, you know, I was more interested in education and actually completing the task correctly, and I felt that the 2 teams in front of us, I feel they didn't really explain what they were asked to explain as effectively as the others did. So I am quite surprised by the result.
For me, 1 team is definitely a surprise. 1 team is not. But for me, WAGMI Games definitely stood out. They did the best, in my opinion, at explaining something very complicated to non-coiners, and I think they did a spectacular job at doing that. So you guys are my top pick.
So that's actually where I disagreed. I felt that WAGMI Games were talking more about their project rather than what an NFT is. You never explained what NFT even stood for. You didn't talk about fungibility or digital ownership. So I was disappointed in that. I felt, Suka, you didn't really focus on social media, which is kind of what was asked, or the web, you know, what is Web 2 versus Web 3? You focus more on banks. However, it's important to talk about decentralization and being trustless. So out of the 2, I would pick Suka on this occasion.
A tiebreaker situation here. I think it was interesting. I think, you know, I think with WAGMI, they got their topic, which is interesting. They had the NFT topic. They're in that space. They did a very good job of it. Suka, I think, got a tough topic that was related to them, but not quite. I think they could have gone a little bit more in depth. Obviously, time was a factor. So it's a very tough decision. WAGMI was in my original 2, and I think I would go with WAGMI as well.
All right. Good choice.
Congratulations to WAGMI. You're the winner. And that's our show. Thank you to our judges, thank you to our contestants, and thank you, our audience, for tuning in. Remember, we have many more exciting challenges next week, so until then, stay informed, stay curious, and we'll see you next time on The Next Crypto Gem.
Well, another amazing episode, this one for the no-coiners at home. Jet, was there anything about this episode that surprised you?
Well, look, I know from personal experience, explaining crypto to a no-coiner is not an easy thing to do. So all the teams had their work cut out for them. I think they did a good job.
Do you think the luck of the draw helped WAGMI Games with the challenge?
I think it did, but also they built a relationship with the no-coiners in a way that the other teams didn't. I think that helped them out a lot.
Well, I just can't wait to see what happens next week.